in tune with you. From investments to relationships, your go-to session for everyday matters. Patcash on Life and Money, 7 to 9 p.m. only on UFM. It's back to basics, in tune with you. From investments to relationships, your go-to session for everyday matters. Patcash on Life and Money, 7 to 9 p.m. only on UFM. It's back to basics, in tune with you. Here's to the rebirth of radio. Radio that's in tune with its listener, in tune with you. That's what radio is all about. You are radio and radio is you. So you deserve radio that reflects you and your world, your lifestyle, your aspirations and your ever-changing music taste. Radio that keeps its finger on the pulse. Radio that delivers up-to-date news and well-researched content. A listener-led radio station. Radio that doesn't speak at you, but rather listens and engages you. The rebirth is here. Radio that laughs with you, cries with you, celebrates with you. Radio that understands you. Our purpose is to use the magic of radio to inspire the human race. That's why we do what we do. We listen to inspire. UFM, in tune with you. From investments to relationships, your go-to session for everyday matters. Patcash on Life and Money, 7 to 9 p.m. only on UFM. It's back to basics, in tune with you.
Hello, good evening. Once again, welcome to another edition of Life and Money. And this evening, we're coming to you live from our studios in Johannesburg. My name is Malik Patcash Maloyi. I want to thank you for joining us. For the next hour, we've got quite a lot of discussions to get into. We've got a special guest this evening, Deputy Mayor of the City of Tswhane, Councillor Eugene Modise. I'm going to be introducing him to you in a moment. Mo dina kontse di fitileng ba re tsentse re bua jalo ka ditiragalo tse di farologaneng tsa the City of Tswhane, di phetogo jalo tse di farologaneng tsa dipolotiki. Re bone go le matshwanedi gore re ikopanye le balatedi ke ra baeteledipele ba dipolotiki kwa the City of Tswhane. So Councillor Eugene Modise is going to stay with us for a greater part of the hour. And then, of course, we've got quite other discussions to talk about. If we have an opportunity as well, we'll speak to Alon Reyes, that television show that we spoke about that's looking at teaching entrepreneurs how to build successful product. It's getting launched. And, of course, we're hoping to speak to the CEO there of Reyes Corp, Alon Reyes. And then, of course, part of the show today, Million Meals campaign to feed vulnerable children across Africa. Yeah. But stay with us. When we come back, we get into our discussion with the Deputy Mayor of the City of Tswhane. He's seated right next to me, Councillor Eugene Modise, after this break.
R1,500 or more. Save big on A-grade tiles from just R69.90 and large format tiles from R179.90 per square meter. Hurry! Sale ends 27 November. Shop online at ctm.co.za. CTM. Big savings, more style. T's and C's apply.
The Department of Arts, Culture, Sports and Recreation and the Northwest Provincial Sports Confederation will be rewarding sports excellence on November 23rd at the Rio Hotel Casino in Klerksdorp. Seeking to keep the passion of sports alive in the hearts of millions of Northwesterners, the gala event will feature 17 categories, including the Premier and the MEC Special Awards. The Northwest Sports Awards categories are for individuals, males, females, people with disabilities, national and international participants, professional provincial federations, recreation bodies, schools, indigenous games, sports legends, media, community sports builders, and many more. Catch the awards ceremony live on UFM, the party starter, with Sydney Signature Letsapa on Saturday, November 23rd from 6 p.m. It's celebration time. Leave no one behind.
Rusty Dusty, you are 89.8 FM. From investments to relationships, your go-to session for everyday matters. Patcash on Life and Money, 7 to 9 p.m. only on UFM. It's back to basics, in tune with you.
We are thrilled today to have with us a leader who works, or whose work rather has significantly impacted the greater Tswhane region and beyond. And joining us in the studio is Councillor Eugene Modise. As I've indicated, is a prominent figure in the local government space, a dedicated public servant. Councillor Modise currently serves as Deputy Mayor of the city of Tswhane. And it's also worth mentioning that he also serves as a member of the Mayoral Committee for Finance. In addition, he plays a crucial role as the regional chairperson of the African National Congress in the Greater Tswane region, as well as a member of the Gauteng Provincial Executive Committee. Deputy Mayor Councillor Modise, welcome.
Thank you very much.
I feel that after that long intro, I still have a lot to achieve. Thanks to you. We appreciate you taking the time to join us. You've held quite several important leadership roles, both within the African National Congress and in local government. Tell us a little bit about your journey, with a special focus as to what would have motivated you to enter public service.
Thank you very much once more. Let me say this is an opportunity for me to meet the legend Patcash in person. I was not expecting this anytime soon in my life, but I'm here, and I want to appreciate this opportunity. And good evening to your listeners and your viewers. I'm born and bred in Pretoria. I was born in Atteridgeville, grew up in Mabopane. How I entered into politics, it was a family affair. I grew up in a family of single parent. My mom, who was involved in politics, she was a member of the African National Congress prior to 1994, and she was active in UDF, and she's the one who actually brought us into politics. But as we grew up, I myself was engaged in politics through my cousin, his name is Modise, but my name is Modise. It's Derek Modise, and he taught us how to revolt in terms of ensuring that we are not undermined by whites in the apartheid regime. But in the process, as we built up towards 1994, I got disgruntled, actually after 1994 elections, because those who were not part of the struggle were given opportunities to lead us. I'm not going to mention a name, but someone who grew up had an opportunity to live in a big house, was not involved in politics, actually was looking down at us, was afforded an opportunity to be an MEC. And that didn't sit well with me, not me alone and my friends. And in the process, we decided to abandon the struggle. But because revolution sits in your soul, we proceeded in the process. And we formed an organization called Not Yet Uhuru with my friend who passed on, Lucky Abraham Boy Faraday. And it was active, and as it was growing, one of the people who led me into politics, Mr. John Mboweni, who was coming from exile, came to us and told us that we cannot do this to the African National Congress because it's now gaining traction in terms of ensuring that he addresses the injustices of the past, and now we are going to derail it in our process. And I listened to him, and I packed my commitments into politics. But that was short-lived. People from time to time visited me, my family, and my mom, and in the process they persuaded my mom so that I can come back to politics, and I did exactly that. That's when I entered the space again. We were busy with many things, but in the process, on the side, I established my own business, and I established my own foundation, which I'm a founding member, because my passion is to assist people in life and change their lives. The foundation focuses more on education. We are giving needy individuals tuition fees so that they can proceed with their studies.
And this you started before this current return to politics?
Long time ago, because that was my passion. And I was motivated by the fact that I grew up in a difficult environment. Like I said, I was raised by a single parent, my mom. My first interaction with a higher learning institution was in TEF, the now called University of the North. I managed to raise money to register myself. It was 30 rands by then, because I was a hawker. I was selling in trade school. But throughout my studies, I had difficulties of finances. But when I was proceeding with my studies, because I hate racism with passion, there was a lecturer who was a white Afrikaner who was treating us ill, and in the process I had altercation with him, and then they expelled me, and I went home. It was a painful moment, but immediately when I went home, a good Samaritan realized my potential and took me to medical Medunza. Then I conducted some postulates, but in the process I realized that this is going to take me 7 years. I won't manage.
Yeah.
I looked for something quick, and I opted to become an optometrist because I wanted to be a specialist, but within a reasonable time. Unfortunately, I couldn't be accepted then. Those fields were very limited, and I opted for BCom because in nature I love money. I know money can do anything that you want to achieve.
Okay. I want us to talk about your role as regional chairperson of the ANC in Greater Tswhane. And I want us to talk about, how you balance leadership, as well as your responsibilities with local government, especially with the current positions that you hold, Deputy Mayor and MMC of Finance, after the break. Our discussion with Councillor Eugene Modise will continue. Please do follow us on socials, on X, we're there as well, and we'd love for you to interact. If there are any questions that you would like to post through to us, we'll take those as well. Life and Money, special edition broadcast of the show. We're coming to you live from our Johannesburg studios. We're back after this break.
To Butterfly Funeral Home, an authorized financial services provider with FSP 53401. We listen, we care, we deliver. From as little as 120 Rand, you can get cover for your whole family. Our services cover immediate and extended family with up to 13 members and a one-time startup fee of 150 Rand. No matter how old you are, you will always be covered with us. We have a variety of caskets and domes to choose from. Our grocery plans start from only 130 Rands per month and will be a much-needed relief during your time of grief. For your convenience, a courtesy bus will be available to transport mourners to the cemetery. If you're transferring from another funeral parlor, we have great news. There is no waiting period for you. Not forgetting that there is immediate cover for accidental death. While there is a 6-month waiting period for new members, we are committed to making this transition as smooth as possible. For more information or to speak to one of our caring representatives, please call us today at 061-584-1490 or visit www.butterflyfunerals.co.za. We are always available on Facebook. You can find us at Connor Haystack and Bethlehem Drive, Unit number 6, Rustenburg. Let us help you find peace of mind during this important time. Remember, at Butterfly Funeral Home, we listen, we care, we deliver.
Building your dream home should not be a mission. Come to Build It to get all your building needs under one roof. From doors to panels, toilets, and baths to event cement, this is your one-stop shop to building. Credit is available for old age pensioners for up to 5,000 Rand. The working class can get credit up to 175,000 Rand. And government employees can get credit up to 75,000 Rand. Visit them on Cyril Celia Street in Zeerust. Call 018-642-3147. And 29 Nelson Mandela Drive in Lichtenburg. Call 018-632-0105. Build it. Yes, we can.
Lenaneo la go itlhaganedisa thebolo ya ditirelo la Thuntsha Lerole le tswela pele le mo bekeng eno. Wena moagi wa masepala wa selegae wa Makwasi Hills, itse fa ka la botlhano ono fa kgwedi ya Ngwanatsele le tlhola malatsi a 15, mafapha a farologaneng le ditlamo tsa puso ba tla bo ba neelana ka ditirelo kwa lebaleng la metshameko le le gaufi le library e kwa tswelelang kwa Wolmaranstad go tloga ka uri ya borobedi mo mosong. Morago ga go neelana ka ditirelo le go etela diporojeke tse di farologaneng, boeteledipele jwa puso bo tla tshwara kopano le baagi gona kwa lebaleng la metshameko le le gaufi le library e kwa tswelelang kwa Wolmaranstad. Kopano eno e tla simolola ka ura ya 12 motshegare. A re kopaneng koo. Thuntsha Lerole Reloaded. Molaetsa ono o tswa kwa kantorong ya Tonakgolo ya Northwest. A re godiseng Northwest mmogo.
Are you a fan of UFM and want to stay connected wherever you go? With the UConnect app, you can carry your favorite shows wherever you go. Simply register on the UConnect app and never miss a thing. Download the app now. Available on the App Store, Google Play, and Huawei App Gallery. Remember, under the POPI Act, your information is protected. Check out the privacy policy on the app for more information. UFM, in tune with you. From investments to relationships, your go-to session for everyday matters. Patcash on Life and Money, 7 to 9 p.m. only on UFM. It's back to basics, in tune with you.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Our discussion with Deputy Mayor of the City of Tswane, Councillor Eugene Modise, continues. Very busy man, is in charge of a foundation. I'm also aware that he's also busy with his studies, something that we will get into in a moment. And thank you for staying with us, Councillor. As the regional chairperson of the ANC, Greater Tswane, big responsibility in light of recent political developments. How do you balance, political leadership and your responsibilities in local government, especially with these other two more important portfolios, if one can say that, Deputy Mayor and also MMC for Finance?
Yeah, thank you very much, Pat. Being a political head, as a chairperson, I'm a political head of the region. My responsibility is to ensure that all the politics in Tswane about ANC are championed by myself. We've got 107 wards or branches. We interact with them periodically. But when the president of the country or the president of the African National Congress comes to Tswane, I'm the one who must make sure that I do the spade work before he arrives. Or if he's not happy with anything, I'm the one who discharges that responsibility of ensuring that the message goes to our members. When Panyaza Lesufi, the chairperson of the province, comes, the same applies. So we are a unitary organization, but being the chairperson, I'm the political head of the entire region, and I report to the province, and the province reports to national. Juxtaposing that with the responsibility that I'm having in the council, and I must say this, Pat, I didn't plan to go to council. I didn't want to go to council, but the Premier of Gauteng, Panyaza, said I must go and represent the aspirations of our people in council and be an opposition, but an effective one. So we came into council. We were walloped in 2016, I think you know, even though we were number one, but the political parties, through lies, ganged up against us. And it happened again in 2021, even though we managed to grow a little bit. But in opposition, we were raising matters that concerns our citizens or our voters sharply. And in the process, we were participating in committees. Council got committees. I was in the finance committee. And one of the things that we managed to ensure that it find expression in the government is that we cannot afford to lose money going back to treasury. is an indictment on us and doesn't look good. While people are struggling, we don't have roads, we don't have clean running water, but from time to time, money goes back. And in the process, we established Section 80, and now as the Deputy Mayor, I'm championing that aspect. But in terms of the revenue collection, we gave ideas. Some of them were undermined, but now we are reigniting them and ensuring that they find they gain traction. Like we were billing the people of Hammanskraal water, whereas they didn't get water. Instead, they get dirty water. You know, the unfortunate incident of cholera in Hammanskraal. But now I'm backing on ensuring that we are going to write off those debts, and we are going to install meters, smart meters, and all of them will be paying. We have got an ambitious plan of 100 years. One of the components of that is that we are going to convene in Bizos. We've already convened 2 of them in Harangua and in Tswhane. The primary ambition or objective of those in Bizos is to educate our people about the importance of paying their services. We have a cartel that is, stealing our electricity and selling it to our people, and they are collecting money. We want to ensure that we diffuse that. We connect our people legally with smart meters so that they can pay the city. We have been subjected to unfortunate incident of a lack of leadership. And I'll cite one example using the most prominent landmark institution called Pretoria Showgrounds. As we are growing, and I think you know this, we had a date with Showgrounds twice a year, wherein we'll be able to see everything that was showcased by BMW and all these other conglomerates within Tswhane.
The social calendar that everybody knows about.
Yes, and intermittently there will come those in between those days that I was speaking about. There will be shows, but 2 main events happened there, which was the exams of UNISA and the elections. We lost that. If you can look at the pictures of Pretoria Showgrounds today, your heart will be in pain. It's neglected. But what we have thought is, as council, we are going to repurpose it so that it can generate income. I mean, it has become a white elephant, but in the process it's vandalized. There's no security there, and there was no political will to ensure that it's sustained. We've got an airport, we've got a powerful airport, and fortunately it's next to the military base. The airport had a license to take people to Cape Town, the route. And in the process, AXA told the municipality what it needs to do to ensure that it sustained that services or route to Cape Town. The municipality, again, the previous regime, undermined the requisition from AXA. And we were in the process of ensuring that we get the second license, which is going to Durban. Pat, if you can think about the people who are traveling from Pretoria to OR Tambo in the morning and in the afternoon, you can see the need for that airport to be operational and be fully functional. That's one of the things that we are going to embark on and ensure that there's spin-offs and we can generate income from that airport.
And you're coming in as part of an administration. I want you to just give us a snapshot of some of the challenges that are faced by the city in terms of economic growth and fiscal management. I know you touched on the issue of Hammanskraal. I mean, it's a well-documented tragedy in terms of the water, and I'm glad that you've addressed the billing and then that debts will be written off. Are there any other horror stories that you can share with us? Hopefully not, or any other grand plans in with the aim of improving the lives of the people of Tswhane that you can talk to us about?
Our approach is rudimentary. It's just basic and simple. We've got hawkers in the city. During the tenure of the African National Congress, we were affording them opportunities to further their studies. We had a bursary. And I think you know that Tswhane was the first municipality to have free Wi-Fi. We don't have it now. We are going to make sure that we resuscitate that and ensure that our students and our people can be able to access. You know how expensive data is to our people. And in the process, we are making sure that they can be able to access internet. Internet is not luxury anymore.
Yeah,
it's
a
a basic need.
Yeah.
Yeah. The project that we are embarking on, like cleaning the city. Atteridgeville was number one, the cleanest city in the country during the leadership of Tswhane, Dr. Tswhane, who was the mayor then. We want to make sure that we go to those glory days. But in the process, like I said, we've got programs, and our theme is Spana. We're doing that each and every week. Tomorrow we'll be going to Easter's, and we have identified areas which were neglected. There was segregation in terms of services. In Mabopane, as you go around, you'll see grass is not cut, sewage will spillage forever. Children going to school, they jump the spillage, and when they come back, they jump the spillage again. And there were projects were stopped abruptly because they thought it was the project of the African National Congress. And unfortunately, it's bearing negatively on our residents. I'll cite an example. There's an area in Mabopane in Hot 22. The contractor excavated the soil and then left the soil like that, and abruptly the construction was stopped. So the resident cannot access their residential area. When it's rainy season, it's worse. So we are addressing those. What we did, because there was a historical need for water and sewage in Winterveld. I think you know when Thabo Mbeki was the president, he came with a flagship program there to address those things. But during the DA-led coalition, they abandoned everything. But now we managed to go to National Treasury and the Minister of Human Settlement and persuaded her, and she has given us money. Now we are in a month into government, but there's a project that is have been launched in Winterveld of water and sewage. That is a great sigh of relief of our people who have been neglected quality life.
It's interesting, as part of your answer, you evoked a name that, when it's mentioned, particularly to anyone in Tswane, Pretoria, it's met with a lot of admiration, that of Dr. Tswhane. Is that the benchmark? Because I can tell you, for my time in working in Pretoria, I know that in the media space, part of the things that he would have done was to look after the media in terms of upskilling. From his office, he would have provided funding to make sure that, the media spaces, particularly community spaces for young people, are uplifted. Is that the general feeling that those were the glory days?
Indeed, and I'm saying this with a great deal of conviction because I served with him in the same regional executive committee. He's a good listener and he's a man of his word. I remember one time he was speaking about ensuring that we reach a blue drop status of the water of the city, and we indeed realized that. The previous regime struggled for 8 years. Instead, they killed people in Hammanskraal. Tswhane is an engineer, but over and above that, he's a leader of the community. He listens. When he goes to community, he kneels down. You can see the gesture even when he greets you. And he's a very smart guy, I must say. And I've learned a lot from him. And he doesn't have disrespect for anybody else. He listens. He served the residents of Tswane without segregation. We would go to Pretoria East, Maloyi, had meetings with the Chamber of Business there, give them ideas, and those people who will come with requisition, he would afford them an opportunity and assist them in the process. So Tswhane, I don't know, he raised the bar, but we are prepared to surpass the bar that he have raised because we realize that this previous regime failed dismally.
Thank you for that. Let's talk about the Eugene Modise Foundation. You touched on it a bit, along with a heartbreaking story of how you had to battle for opportunities and so forth. Talk to us about the inspiration behind the foundation and any projects that you're busy with, and are there any partnerships that you have with the private sector to put in a hand as far as the work that you do?
Yeah, The foundation is as a result of my passion for education. I don't have partnership with any institution. They come and go when there's a need. But what we are doing currently, and it's an annual thing, we give students a tuition to go and further their studies, those who doesn't have the means, and those who are disappointed by NSFAS. We are running a hotel, a resort now. What we have decided is that we are going to house and accommodate the students who are coming from disadvantaged families, because it's difficult to study in some of these environments. Each and every year during this phase, we make our institution available. We give them food, we give them space to sleep so that they can study overnight and over the weekends. And in the process, we have engaged with the former teachers. They come and assist them in the process. And what we do, we monitor the students when they go to higher learning institutions so that they cannot be entangled in wrong things. And we've got mentors in the process. Some of those mentors are people who teach me, myself, and I love the manner in which they like to share their experience and assist our students.
And the South African Economic Transformation Council focused on creating inclusive prosperity. What role do you see local governments like Tswhane achieving, with these broader national goals?
Yeah, this is the brainchild of my mentor, Joe Mboweni. He's passionate about assisting people. He has got many strides. As we speak now, he ensured that we have a relationship with Vodacom. We have the rights to sell the products of Vodacom, and we are getting some stipends, I won't say profits from that relationship. But the beauty of this is that it's assisting us in the rural areas with connectivities, because we've got a farming component in the council and the mining component. We have made sure that people of Rustenburg, those who've got the rights, the rightful owners of the properties which the conglomerates are mining, are beneficiaries as we speak. And in the process, we have managed to have a relationship with the big companies which are producing maize and are farming with cattle. So we are supplying even Sun International, and we've got a relationship with SPA National. And in the process, we are not ensuring that this benefits goes to us. No, we are just the leadership and advocacy agents. But we make sure that even young people, older women who have been selling magwinya in the corner are beneficiaries of this process.
And we wish you all the best with that. We truly do. In conversation with the Deputy Mayor of the City of Tswhane, Councillor Eugene Modise. And thank you so much for staying with us. We're live on our socials, UFM 898 on Facebook, and across all the platforms you can find us with that. After the break, we talk about personal development for people who are sitting in office, particularly in political office. We'll also talk about the councillor's personal educational growth. Life and Money, back after this.
Mokhuduthamaga wa lefapha la thuto mo bokone bophirima mme Ntsetsa Overyola Motsumi ke tsaya nako eno go lakaletsa baithuti botlhe masego ga ba kwala ditlhatlhobo tsa bone tsa bofelo ba ngwaga thata baithuti ba mophato wa marematlou. Ke kopa gore baithuti ba rona ba seka ba nna le letshogo ga ba kwala ditlhatlhobo, ba leke go tlhaloganya dipotso pele ga ba araba. Ke na le solofelo yotlhe gore ba tlile gore dira motlotlo ga dipholo di tswa. Motswana o rile tloga e tlogagale modisa wa kgomo o tswa natso sakeng. Ke a leboga.
UFM is turning the big 5 and we're celebrating in style with a share of 5,000 Rand every week and amazing prizes up for grabs this November. It's easy. Just tune in to UFM. Listen for this sound. Hashtag 5 years with you. Send hashtag 5 years with you on the UConnect app and we could be calling you back live on air. When you do get that call, answer by saying, "Happy birthday, UFM." And just like that, you will walk away with the prize. Don't miss out on your chance to win big because every day is a birthday celebration here at UFM this November. Terms and conditions apply. Hashtag 5 years with you. UFM. The rebirth of radio. Radio that's in tune with its listener, in tune with you. That's what radio is all about. You are radio and radio is you. So you deserve radio that reflects you and your world, your lifestyle, your aspirations, and your ever-changing music taste. Radio that keeps its finger on the pulse. Radio that delivers up-to-date news and well-researched content. A listener-led radio station. Radio that doesn't speak at you, but rather listens and engages you. The rebirth is here. Radio that laughs with you, cries with you, celebrates with you. Radio that understands you. Our purpose is to use the magic of radio to inspire the human race. That's why we do what we do. We listen to inspire. UFM, in tune with you. From investments to relationships, your go-to session for everyday matters. Patcash on Life and Money, 7 to 9 p.m. only on UFM. It's back to basics, in tune with you.
Studios in Johannesburg. It's Patcash with you, and I'm sitting with Councillor Modise, the Deputy Mayor of the city of Tswhane. Thank you so much for staying with us. I know that people in your position, you always have, meetings to go to, and we appreciate the time that, you are affording us. You placed a strong emphasis on, professional development with numerous qualifications. We spoke about, some of them, finance and business management. How do you believe that continued learning and development plays a role in effective governance, especially in the context of municipalities?
One of the things that I know for a fact is that change is inevitable, and everything in life evolves. So if you don't study, you lose out and become clumsy in the process. So my approach in life is that you must forever or continuously learn. That's why I'm studying. I heard you speaking about the MBA, and I'm skeptical to respond, but I will do that because I'm here. And you said something fundamental about making time. It's important that you communicate with your residents and the people when you are a leader. You must be accessible and you must be approachable. I would have been done with my MBA. I started it when I was the regional secretary, but I took the responsibility lightly. Being a regional secretary is not a child's play. You are the pulse of the organization. But in the process, I couldn't write my exam because I was not prepared. But now I've decided to finalize my MBA. But my ultimate is a PhD because I thought I qualified to be a doctor immediately after matric because of my results of science and mathematics. But in the process, I thought that this will take me forever, 7 years. But now I can see the 7 years is nothing. That is why at my age, I'll forever study. And that is what I preach to my kids and my fellow councillors. We've got a group wherein we speak about the importance of education and how it's going to empower us and change our lives. Being a councillor, like a ward councillor, is a 5-year term. But if you invest in education beyond the 5 years, you'll be able to do whatever you want. I've been unemployable for almost 20 years, and I'm not thinking of being employed at any time in my life, but I need education to empower me so that I can be able to navigate through life with information and sound decision-making capabilities. That's why I will never compromise education. I fight with my kids about education and those who are around me. Studying is one of the things that if you are a religious person, you'll understand that everybody who became a leader in life studied something, and they are studying help them to ensure that they can be able to communicate with their God and discharge their assignments or responsibilities.
Councillor Eugene Modise, from a layman's perspective, an individual who lives in the city of Tswhane, the last few years have been, dominated by obviously political squabbles, change in leadership, accusations back and forth, and so forth. In closing off our discussion, give us a sense, as part of this current administration, on how solid the leadership that's currently in place is, and highlight as well some of the short-term goals that this administration has.
The primary one is to ensure that we promote the interaction with our citizens. We are accessible and we are listening leadership. Secondary to that is that we increase our revenue. How do we do that? We do simple things, like I said. There are communities who have not accessed electricity to date, and we can date to 1994, but it was before then. So what we are going to do is to educate our citizens about the importance of paying and develop a good culture of paying their services. And they are ready and they are prepared. They've been deprived for long, and in the process, the scavengers came in, connected them illegally. And during that period, they lost valuable assets, because illegal connections, when there's a lightning or whatever, you cannot claim from insurance, and you cannot do anything, and they pose their lives in danger, because those things are not done by professionals and are not maintained. We are going to make sure that there's no single cent that goes back to Treasury. We are going to ensure that there's a committee that I'm leading, and we are going to ensure that we monitor all the projects and ensure that we hold the construction guys accountable. And we don't want poor quality services to our people. We need craftsmanship. Last week we visited a reservoir in Soshanguve. It's a big reservoir, and our people are struggling to get water. So I said, no, we must go there. Why is the reservoir not working? We got funny responses from the officials. One said it was not commissioned, and the other one said we were waiting for components. I said, no, let's go and visit it and conduct an inspection in loco. When we arrived there, the city have lost a fortune in terms of components which were stolen and are expensive. And we have done these services to our people for the duration of 15 years. Now we have agreed that we are going to quantify the amount of money needed to ensure that the reservoir is fully functional. If it can be fully functional today, the residents of Soshanguve will never have a problem of water. As we speak, they've got problems of water week in, week out, because the reservoirs that are there are under pressure. And the other major contributory factor is that we've got undocumented foreigners who are stealing our resources, and we cannot even establish how many are they, where they are. We cannot budget and plan properly. And that is something that we have spoken to the national government to assist us, because you cannot, while you are a municipality, manage foreigners. The foreigners must be managed by the border gates before they could come here. Now we've got a very unfortunate situation in our city. You saw in the media space, our kids are going in and out of hospital because of poisoned or expired goods. But
hold that thought right there. I'd love for you to address it after the break. We're wrapping up our discussion with Deputy Mayor of the City of Tswhane, Councillor Eugene Modise. Maybe there'll be an opportunity for me to appeal to him about the so-called Pretoria Soccer League. When we come back, we'll wrap up. Thank you.
You are opening the
Top Tea Tiles e gorogile ka ditheko tse di
tlhwatlhwa e e boitshegang. Reka A-grade tiles tsa boleng bo bo kwa godimo. Go simolola ka 69.90 square meters. Mme o iponele toilet e e feletseng ka 849.90 nyana fela. Reka di-tile combo tsa rona tse di gakgamatsang. Mme o iponele ditlhokego tsotlhe tse o di tlhokang go tsenya di-tile tsa gago. Top T Tiles e na le mekabelo mo go di-tile, paint, ceiling panels, bathroom le go gongwe go le gontsi go fitlhela diphalane a tlhola malatsi a lesome a mararo le bongwe. Top T Tiles, tlhwatlhwa nngwe le nngwe ke tlhwatlhwa tlase.
Parents strive for what is best for their children. And if you're searching for a quality education for your child, look no further than REC Schools and Academies. Our enrollment for the 2025 school year is now open, offering boarding from grade 4 to 12 and a proven track record with a 95% plus matric pass rate. Don't miss this opportunity to provide your child with a first-rate education in a nurturing and supportive environment. Our experienced teachers and staff are dedicated to helping your child succeed and excel. To learn more about our school and how we can support your child's growth and development, give us a call on 014-537-2208. REC Schools and Academies. Knowledge is our future.
Are you a fan of UFM and want to stay connected wherever you go? With the UConnect app, you can carry your favorite shows wherever you go. Simply register on the UConnect app and never miss a thing. Download the app now. Available on the App Store, Google Play, and Huawei App Gallery. Remember, under the POPI Act, your information is protected. Check out the privacy policy on the app for more information. UFM, in tune with you. From investments to relationships, your go-to session for everyday matters. Patcash on Life and Money, 7 to 9 p.m. only on UFM. It's back to basics, in tune with you.
About discussion with Councillor Eugene Modise. I interrupted you just before the break. You were mentioning the city's concern about foreign nationals in light of the spate of these food poisoning incidents. If you could just kindly take it from there.
Yeah, we have been subjected to that unfortunate situation, but immediately we have constituted a committee which is led by a wonderful person, is Alaman Kutsie, MMC of Safety, and he's working with a team from Metro Police, but the national government has signed an agreement with Tswhane on the issue of crime in the province. We have visited several townships. Last week we were in Oliven Houtbosch. We have closed 4 shops and we have arrested 8 foreign nationals who were undocumented. Mm-hmm. But 2 weeks ago, Alderman Kutsie had a roadblock on the freeway to N1. They stopped a 15-seater Kumbi. In that Kumbi came out 35 undocumented illegal foreigners.
So there's obviously a case of human trafficking there.
Yes, in the process. And they are the ones who are selling us inferior quality goods, food, which are causing harm to our children. And then they are selling even expired goods. So we've got a team, and even tomorrow when we go to Yesteres, we'll be conducting those searches and roadblocks, and in the process we'll be inspecting the stores, whether they comply, and if there's expired goods, and are they here legally, and in the process we'll ensure that we arrest those who are in the wrong side of the law.
Councillor, let me thank you so much for the time that you spent with us. I wish you all the best, both with your official duties, restoring, the confidence in administration, in terms of the people of Tswhane delivering services and all the plans that you've mentioned. All the best with the foundation as well. Your story is very inspirational, and we're looking forward to interacting with you going forward to hear about all the different programs that you do from the municipality space. And good luck with the MBA as well. I know you said it's hard work, but I'd be failing in my duties. I mean, you're about to leave. We've got about 6 minutes with you. A little matter, really. I don't know if this will require a sitting of council. Pretoria Soccer League. I kiss Gawolela level the Sundowns, so I no retlohelanyana. I don't know ikutsanyana ka ball or some belief. I didn't do due diligence with you. Chiefs, Pirates, or Sundowns?
Myself?
Yes.
None.
Okay. Spoken like
I
a...
was disappointed several times, so I don't
You don't
invest
even-
my emotions in those things anymore.
Football, yeah. You're a safe person to be
But
around.
I've got a tournament that I'm managing year in, year out.
Okay.
In Mabopane. And we can pride ourselves and tell you that we've produced players who are playing in Europe as we speak. So the soccer in Pretoria was not supported by the big companies, unfortunately. And like I said earlier on, you are raising the wounds now. We, as the city of Tswhane, have done this justice to our people. There's a stadium called Caledonian.
I know Caledonian, yes.
Yes, it was a preparatory stadium. We invested money there, but it was not monitored. As we speak, it's a white elephant, and we lost 80 million rands in the process. There are developments in Sundowns and Hellenic, but I have a friend who have bought Pretoria Kellys, and he's doing well. He's struggling, but he's got passion. But as the city, we are going to support them. We've got a process of ensuring that we take HMPJ back to its people in Mamelodi. And Patrice Motsepe, the president of Sundowns, have demonstrated interest.
Wow.
And the other one is Odi Stadium. We're going to repurpose it, put some compi courts there, and perhaps some businesses and student accommodation. But in the process, or in the main, we'll be developing soccer for Tswhane.
So basically, you're telling me that I must get used to Pretoria Soccer League. I accept. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Life and Money special broadcast with Deputy Mayor from the City of Tswhane, Councillor Eugene Modise. Thank you so much. We're back after the break. Second hour of Life and Money on UFM. Thanks for being in tune with us.
Here's to the rebirth of radio. Radio that's in tune with its listener, in tune with you. That's what radio is all about. You are radio, and radio is you. So you deserve radio that reflects you and your world, your lifestyle, your aspirations, and your ever-changing music taste. Radio that keeps its finger on the pulse. Radio that delivers up-to-date news and well-researched content. A listener-led radio station. Radio that doesn't speak at you, but rather listens and engages you. The rebirth is here. Radio that laughs with you, cries with you, celebrates with you. Radio that understands you. Our purpose is to use the magic of radio to inspire the human race. That's why we do what we do. We listen to inspire. UFM.